The distress beacon had been transmitting for 72 hours. Lisa pressed her palm against the observation port, watching the dying star paint the debris field in shades of amber and rust. Behind her, the bridge of the Meridian's Hope hummed with the desperate efficiency of a crew that knew they were living on borrowed time. "Hull breach in Section 7 is spreading," Laura reported from the engineering console, her voice steady despite the crimson warning lights reflecting in her dark eyes. "We've got maybe 6 hours before life support fails completely." Lisa nodded, her jaw tight. As captain of this civilian research vessel, she'd navigated asteroid fields and solar storms, but nothing had prepared her for this. The Ketvar raiders had come out of nowhere, sleek predatory ships that tore through their shields like paper. They'd wanted the quantum crystalline samples the Meridian's Hope carried, rare materials worth more than the entire colony back on Proxima Centauri. The crew had fought, they'd lost. Now, adrift in the Tarantula Nebula with engines offline and weapons depleted, they were simply waiting. The distress beacon broadcast on all known frequencies, but Lisa knew the mathematics of space. The nearest human outpost was 3 weeks away at maximum burn. The nearest galactic coalition patrol, belonging to the insectoid Vakresh or the amphibious Solari, might arrive in days if they bothered at all. Humans were the newcomers to this sector, the young species, the ones still proving they belonged among the ancient civilizations that had divided up the galaxy long before Earth had developed radio. "Captain," said Marcus from Tactical, his voice breaking, "Ketvar ships are coming back, 4 signatures inbound, ETA 12 minutes. Lisa felt the weight settle in her chest. The raiders were returning to finish the job, or worse, to take captives. The Ketvar were known for their brutality, their contempt for lesser species. They'd killed 6 of her crew in the first attack. She wouldn't let them take the rest. "Laura, can you get the reactor hot enough to overload?" Lisa asked quietly. Laura's head snapped up, understanding flooding her features. "You want to self-destruct." "I want to make sure they don't get satisfaction," Lisa said. "We go out on our terms." The bridge fell silent except for the ambient systems. 43 souls aboard this ship. 43 people who'd trusted her to get them home. Laura's fingers moved across her console. "I can do it. Give me 8 minutes." "You've got 12, make it count." The Ketvar ships grew larger on the tactical display, their weapons systems already charging. Lisa watched them approach with a strange calm. She'd made her peace with the void a long time ago. Every spacer knew the risks. "Captain," Marcus said, his voice odd, "I'm getting a new signature, big one, really big." "Where?" "Behind us, it just appeared, like it jumped in from." He paused, recalibrating his sensors. "Ma'am, that's not possible. There's no jump point within 50 light-years of here." Lisa moved to his station. The holographic display showed a massive vessel materializing from what appeared to be a rip in space itself. Not a standard jump wake, but something else. Something that made the hair on the back of her neck stand up. "Is it Ketvar?" she asked. "Negative, transponder is. Captain, it's broadcasting human codes. Military grade. But the ship class doesn't match anything in the registry. It's reading as 3 kilometers long." 3 kilometers. The largest human warship ever built was barely 800 meters. "Put it on screen," Lisa ordered. The view screen shifted, and the bridge crew collectively gasped. The ship was a nightmare rendered in titanium and weapons. Its hull was angular and brutal, covered in what looked like ablative armor panels, and festooned with more weapons hardpoints than Lisa had ever seen on any vessel, human or otherwise. It moved with predatory grace, its profile suggesting something between a dreadnought and a carrier. Strange energy flickered along its spine, drive systems that shouldn't exist. And it was heading straight for the Ketvar raiders. "Receiving transmission," Communications Officer Hayes announced. "Audio only, she's speaking standard." "Put it through." A woman's voice filled the bridge, calm, professional, carrying the weight of absolute authority. Unidentified civilian vessel, this is Captain Andromeda Chen of the UHSV Valiant Human Expeditionary Fleet. We have your distress signal. Hold your position and prepare for hostile engagement in your vicinity. Do not, I repeat, do not initiate reactor overload. We have you. Laura met Lisa's eyes across the bridge, her finger frozen over the emergency destruct sequence. UHSV, Lisa whispered. United Human Space, what? There is no expeditionary fleet. On screen, the massive warship, the Valiant, rotated with impossible precision. Ports along its hull snapped open, revealing rows of weapons that began to glow with building energy. The Ketvar raiders had noticed the newcomer. They were changing formation, bringing their own weapons to bear. Lisa knew Ketvar tactics. They were aggressive, overwhelming, brutal. They destroyed coalition cruisers. The Valiant didn't slow. What happened next would later be described by Lisa as poetry written in violence. The human warship opened fire, not with the plasma cannons or railguns Lisa was familiar with, but with something else, lances of coherent energy that crossed the void at what appeared to be near light speed. They didn't just hit the Ketvar ships, they erased sections of them. Armor that had shrugged off the Meridian's Hope's desperate attacks simply ceased to exist where the beams touched. The lead Ketvar raider attempted to return fire. Its plasma torpedoes, ship killers that burned at millions of degrees, launched toward the Valiant. Point defense systems Lisa hadn't even noticed activated. The torpedoes were intercepted and destroyed so far from the Valiant that the explosions looked like distant fireworks. Jesus Christ, Marcus breathed, what are we seeing? The Valiant accelerated, and Lisa realized with growing awe that it was using some kind of gravity drive. No thrust plumes, no reaction mass. It simply bent space around itself and moved. Two of the Ketvar ships tried to flee. The Valiant fired again, and kinetic rounds, relativistic kill vehicles, reached out across thousands of kilometers and reduced the raiders to expanding clouds of vapor and debris. The last Ketvar ship, perhaps hopping its shields could withstand one more barrage, charged the Valiant in a desperation attack. The human warship deployed fighters. They poured from the Valiant's launch bays like angry hornets, not the bulky shuttles Lisa knew, but sleek combat craft that moved with the agility of atmosphere fighters despite being in hard vacuum. They swarmed the remaining raider, and in seconds the Ketvar ship was crippled, its engines dark, drifting. The entire engagement had lasted less than 3 minutes. "Ma'am," Hayes said, voice shaking, "Captain Chen is hailing us again." "Put her through." "Meridian's Hope, this is Valiant. Threat neutralized. We're dispatching repair drones and a medical team. Hang tight, we'll have you patched up and mobile within the hour." A pause. "Welcome to the new era." Lisa found her voice. "Captain Chen, this is Captain Lisa Markov of the Meridian's Hope. What is the Human Expeditionary Fleet? Where did you come from?" The response carried a hint of warmth beneath the military professionalism. "Long story, Captain Markov. Short version, humanity found something out in the dark. Technology, really old technology. We've been busy for the last 8 years, busy catching up to everyone else in this galaxy." 8 years, Lisa glanced at Laura, whose expression mirrored her own confusion. "There's been nothing on the feeds, no news." "Compartmentalized program, black budget until we were ready." Chen's voice hardened slightly. "Until we were strong enough that the galaxy would have to take us seriously. The Ketvar, the Vakresh, the Solari, they've been using humanity as a punching bag for too long, testing us, raiding our colonies, treating us like children." The Valiant moved closer, and Lisa could see smaller vessels detaching from its hull, engineering ships bristling with repair equipment. "That ends now," Chen continued. "The Expeditionary Fleet has 12 ships like mine, each assigned to a different sector. Our mission is simple: protect human interests, respond to any distress call from our people, and show the galaxy exactly what humans can do when we're properly motivated. Lisa watched as the first repair drone reached the Meridian's Hope and began sealing the hull breach with molecular bonding foam. "You came for us," she said softly. "We're a civilian research ship, nothing special, but you came." Captain Markov, every human life is special to the expeditionary fleet. No one fights alone anymore. No one dies alone in the dark, not while we're out here. Chen paused. Besides, the Ketvar needed to learn a lesson. Consider it delivered. Over the next hour, Lisa watched in amazement as the valiant support craft swarmed over her damaged ship. They worked with efficiency that suggested technology far beyond what she'd thought possible. Nanite repair systems, portable fusion generators, medical bays that looked like something from science fiction. Laura stood beside her at the observation port as the Valiant hung in space nearby, its weapons still tracking the debris field, still on guard. "Everything's changed," Laura said quietly. Lisa nodded. "The galaxy doesn't know it yet, but it will." On the view screen, Captain Chen appeared for the first time, a woman in her 40s with steel-gray eyes and the bearing of someone who'd seen combat and emerged stronger. "Captain Markov, once you're spaceworthy, we'll escort you to Outpost Meridian. From there you can contact your company and arrange passage home." She smiled slightly. "And you might want to update your crew. They're about to have some very interesting stories to tell." "Captain Chen," Lisa said, "thank you, you saved our lives." "That's what we're here for," Chen replied. "Humanity doesn't abandon its own, not anymore, not ever." She gave a crisp nod. "See you on the other side, Captain. Chen out." The transmission ended, but the Valiant remained, a silent guardian, a promise rendered in steel and energy. Lisa looked at her crew, saw hope returning to their faces. They'd been alone in the dark, waiting to die, but help had come, humanity had come. And the galaxy would never be the same. The end.